Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Today we are discussing a very important topic that took me some time to learn, honestly. But before we go into it, I hope you guys are okay. I hope you guys are well. I hope you all woke up this morning feeling blessed AF to be living, to be breathing. Um, Grateful to be in the place that I'm in my life, and grateful to be able to be thinking gratefully. I know it's a very hard topic. It's a very hard thing to do. Completely understand. Um, but I think it's always good to like take a moment and really appreciate the things we have in this life that feel so free in a sense, until we lose them. And then you're like, fuck, I didn't really appreciate that shit. But all good. Just want to, I always like to bring that up. I'm one of those annoying people who say, you should be grateful. But not like that. Not in a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Not in like, when something happens bad to you, you should like, you should be grateful. Like, no. Like, to be used that as like a kind of a buffer excuse. I don't like that. I mean, like, in regards to like the general daily life, whatever. I'm going too much into this. I'm so sorry. I've been feeling very like philosophical these past couple of days. Maybe it's the fact that like my period is coming soon. I don't know. But today we are talking about when I realized, or when it was very apparent to me, that I can only be living in my car 6 months out of the time. Now, again, I've been doing this for a couple of years now. That the whole traveling in my car thing, again, reiterating, for 6 months out of the year I basically live and travel in my car, traveling Canada, just because it's fun for me. I chose to do it this way because nothing was stopping me, basically. I mean, there were some mean ass comments for sure, but I myself was not stopping myself. I didn't see a reason why. But one of the things that I feel like people don't think about, in a sense, it's not one of the main questions that I get asked. Um, and it's one of the things that was really important to me, and I think this has not been very much discussed in this area of life. Again, I've been following lots of people who live this lifestyle. There are not many who do it in a car, mostly in a van, RVs, things like that, or trucks. But it's not a lot of people who do it in a car, like a car. So, and usually the people that I do see doing this in a car, for the majority, I mean, again, out of the 20, there's probably three of them who do it, that I've seen, that I follow, that are in my feed. And out of the three, I think two of them primarily uh, do it full time, or have done it full time. Because I know I follow them so long now that they've transitioned into like vans. Um, I mean, of course, I understand, but I mean, like for the topic that we're talking today, it better let's stick to the car. And then there's this one girl that I have mentioned before. I think her name's Alana. I'm so sorry if I got it wrong, but super support her. If you know. There's not many Alanas who do this. Um, and I believe she did like dog sitting, whatever area she was in. So she would kind of like go in and out a little bit, in regards to like living in her car and then doing that. But I wasn't for me. Like I was already working, so I didn't find the necessity. And I don't like going to other people's spaces, so I'm like, only if I really have to, unless or if it was like a long-term thing. I didn't see that. Like a house sitting, like pet sitting. Let me just reiterate that. So I realized that wasn't really for me. I'm not really up for that. I see the benefits to it, but for me personally, it just wasn't enticing. So initially when I first started this trip, when I first was thinking about it, I fully was like, I'm gonna make my car a space that I can live forever. That I can be there as long as I want. And I mean, in a sense, I kind of made it that way. Um and I mean, I guess basically to I made it as homey as I could. But there's some things that you cannot replace. There are some things that you cannot um try to fill with something else, and it wasn't the same. But let's go through a couple of questions here, so hopefully we can dive a little bit deeper into this topic. So again, the question is, when did I realize that 6 months was my max time that I can be in a car? Um, so when did the idea of this is enough started to quietly show up? So when I first when this idea in my head finally came about, in my first trip, in my first round of this trip, um, I was in I was in Saskatchewan, and it was around my birthday time. So I remember very clearly because it it kind of arose. The idea arose in my head. Kind of. I mean, I was pushing myself to the limit, and I realize that now. My birthday is in the middle of summer. Um, right in the middle of summer, to be honest, I think, in Canada. And because I do travel in the summer, um, the way that it worked out is that I would be traveling alone on my birthday. And I planned I knew this was gonna happen. I knew that I was gonna be alone. And I thought I was gonna be fine. I thought I was gonna have a great time. I had so many things planned to do on my birthday, and it just didn't feel the same. So I believe I just left Regina, and I made my way up to Saskatoon, which is somewhere that I was super anxious to see. Um, super anxious to see, I believe. And the second I got there, I booked myself 2 nights at a motel. I mean, one of the best motels in my own experience. The way that it worked out, it was like on the first floor. I had like a big ass door. I was parked, like my door was in front of my car. Like the entrance to like the in and out of the my room was in front of my car. Like it was, I don't know how to describe it, but it was like on all the first level, right? um and I'm a smoker, so I was like, this is great. I can go and smoke. And I had like a little mini living room, of course the bathroom and the bed. So it was like, I literally was like, it was beautiful, like the way that I planned it out. I did not think it was that great of a hotel. I didn't think it was, but it turned out really quite nice. Um, and so I booked the hotel for my birthday. I got myself a really cheap ass cake, which I regret because it was disgusting when I ate it. It was not good. Not my style. I packed myself some joints. I was super ready, like to have like a party sesh myself. Like I just came back from, I believe, seeing the moose in Saskatchewan. If you know, you know. There's this Mac the Moose in Saskatchewan. So I was like going on the way there, and yeah, I had this whole thing planned out. Like I was super chill about it, and I'm not saying I had a bad time. Um, but I guess it was kind of sad when the time did come, and I hate to do this because my parents are like this, and I know how they are. So I know Tino shade to them, because I know how they are. So the action did not surprise me. Um, it still stung a little bit, but they usually we have this kind of like, I guess, fuck, I guess it kind of stopped. But when the second I hit 12, right, on my birthday, like the night before, like the second I hit 12, usually my parents would call me and tell me happy birthday. And I think they kind of forgot to do that. So, I mean, they've forgotten before. So, again, not surprised, you know. But the fact that I was alone, the fact that I was kind of feeling homesick, just kind of hit heavier. And I was also on my period. Okay. So, don't judge me too hard on that. I was already as sentimental I was feeling. And I'm not a very like big social person, but I do realize that I do need some sort of sociability every so often. Um, and it was just so many things. A friend of mine always says this, that I always get anxious um, when it's a lot of small thing, like little small inconveniences or small things just happened all together, and that's like at the same time, and it just becomes a lot for me. Like, give me one big situation, one problematic situation, and I can probably handle it quite well. But if it's a lot of small things at the same time, just compiling and compiling, then it becomes kind of problematic. So it was a little bit of a sad birthday. I remember calling them, or they called me. Right? I don't know. I probably called them, to be honest. And I called them because I had the cake, and I put the joint as like my candle. As you can tell, I like to smoke. Don't say that to anybody else. It's a secret. But I had this red velvet cake, which was really gross. I did not. I regret buying it. I bought a cheap one because I was like, cake is cake. It was not good cake. I think I bought it from like Giant Tiger. Do not recommend. Um, but a little small red velvet cake with the joint on top, and I called my parents to show them the picture, whatever the fuck. And it was a couple of minutes on the video, and them telling me happy birthday, whatever the fuck. And as soon as the call ended, it just felt so sad. It just felt so depressing, to not be with people to celebrate with me. But I kept pushing through. I pushed through, and I told myself it's just temporary. Like, when my period's over, maybe I'll feel different. And so 2 weeks, a week ish went by, and I didn't feel the need to explore that itch I always talk about going to explore, about going to see something new. It was gone. And the small inconveniences that I was putting up with, that I had no issue putting up with, the decisions that I've made to put up with it, became really effing annoying at that time. And I was like, I'm so tired of this shit, and I don't want to do this anymore. And like, it was not giving the same. And I was trying to convince myself, saying, because this was near the end of, like, of course, this isn't at the 6 month mark. I kid you not. It just happened that way. At the six month mark, and I was like, we can push through, like, because I was so committed. Again, I was so committed when I first did this trip that I was gonna finish it. I was gonna visit all 4 provinces in one fucking take, like at one whole, like, within a summer. I was putting a lot of pressure on myself. I understand, um, but as I was traveling more and more, I was trying to give myself grace, and like, okay, maybe like take my time while I'm traveling, enjoy the moments, like, don't put that much pressure on myself. So it was a battle between myself and like sticking to my plan, and then also like doing what felt right. So I was trying to convince myself, saying like, which is true, and I still stand by it today, like, if I don't feel like going to do something, if I don't have that energy to do it, if I don't have that excitement coming up to me to go visit something, I'm not gonna do it. Because then I'm doing it with a bad intent. Like, this is not what I wanted. This is not what I wanted out of myself. Like, I'll be doing it a disgrace, right? And so I waited a week. Feeling didn't go away. I waited another week. Feeling didn't go away. And then like, I believe on the third week that I was there, just chilling, just living life, going to the gym, my usual routine, whatever the fuck. Um, I still didn't feel like going to do stuff. I didn't visit anything in Saskatoon. So I didn't really visit, in my sense, Saskatoon. I literally didn't do anything there because I didn't feel like it. So I still count it as a place that I did not go see. Like I did not go experience. So I still have yet to go there because I didn't finish it. Still. Um, but something within my family happened with my parents. And just to kind of make this story a little bit quicker, wait, give me a second here. Just to make this a little bit quicker, something happened with my parents. There was a little bit of an urgency, and my mom was telling me that if it was okay that I headed home soon, within a week and a half. Um, I was very surprised in the beginning, and I was like, "Yeah, if you guys, that's who I am. That's who I am. Someone calls me and needs me, I go help, especially with his family." And I was like, "Okay, well, I'll go. I'll start like doing it. Like it wasn't part of my plan again. My brain was still thinking, I have to finish this trip. I want to finish this trip. So I was a little bit disappointed. Not disappointed, but I was a little bit like, fuck, I didn't get to. I'm not gonna be able to finish it. Now I have to go help my family, whatever the fuck. And so, a couple of days after she told me this, so when the whole planning idea, I told her from the beginning that I'll go. This is who I am. I'll go, sure, whatever. If you need me, you need me. I'll be there in a week and a half, to give myself some time to drive there, to where they at. And 2 days after, she told me, crisis averted. It's been resolved. You don't need to come here. I was just about to make my way, I believe the day after or the 2 days after that. So she was like, you don't have to come here anymore. Like you can continue doing what you're doing if you want to. And then I said, oh, okay. Like, great. I'm glad that things were resolved. And I remember finishing talking to her, and I was at a Denny's, and I was saying to myself, I was really disappointed because I wanted to go. I wanted to leave. And I was like, dang, if this situation didn't happen the way it was supposed to happen, I probably would have continued forcing myself to do something I didn't want to do. Um, and this situation made me realize that I really wanted to leave. And it made me realize that I missed my family. Made me realize that I missed connection, a sense of home, with other people, you know? And so that night, I remember telling my mom, you know what? I'm coming back. Like I'm coming back. I'm done. Like I think 6 months is it for me. Like 6 months at a time. And she was excited. My mom was missing me so much. I was like, yes, you're coming. I was like, yes. Um, so it was weird the way it happened, but I'm glad that it did happen that way. It was meant to be. Um, and so I remember like the day after I went to the gym and I started heading home. I started heading home to my parents' house, um and I remember I wanted to do it so quickly as possible. Um and I drove I drove the longest I've ever driven in my life, and that was 22 hours in a row without stop. Like, of course, I stopped for pee breaks, but I drove for 22 hours. 22 hours all in one fucking thing. And I remember stopping on my last stop on a gas station to go pee. And my body, the second I touched the floor, like the ground, my body was like like it was like vibrating because I was so used to the vibration of the car moving. There's a lot of highway. So needless to say, I was very anxious to get home. Um but yeah, so that's kind of where it first started. Later on the years to follow, continuing on my trips of traveling, I've realized that 6 months is enough. And I also realized that on my birthday, I don't want to be alone. I want to be with family. And so I'm kind of like realizing and getting to know myself, and as much as I love being alone as much as I love my own company, and spending time with just myself in my little safe space. I also do realize that I do need people. You know, people do need each other. And I say this because like my mom's a very like, and I compare to my mom because my mom is literally the most social person I know. My mom and one of my other friends, Andrea, they're so sociable, but my mom says this more. She goes like, I need people. Like I thrive socializing. Like I get energy socializing. And for me it's kind of the opposite. For me it's like I gain energy being alone. And yes, I do spend it a lot when I am socializing with people, but I like that balance of like me going to see a friend every so often, you know, that the hugging and talking to someone's face that you recognize, that safety you feel. You can't have that when you're traveling alone like this. So I've come to realize and humble myself because I used to say I don't need people. You know, like I can be alone forever and da da da, and it's not true, unfortunately. And I think it's good that I've come to realize that because like I kind of was like building myself an island, and I didn't want that. Um, so yeah, I mean I'm a little bit choked up because it was a really hard thing to grasp. But I felt in the beginning, I felt like so powerless, because of me giving into that. But I realized like it's a part of like mental health. I think it's great that we kind of find that balance, and like, and I realize that now, looking like thinking now of how other people do it. Other people um do that. Other people spend the holiday, like make sure they spend the holidays and drive to where their family's at, or they've built friendships where they have people they can travel with. There's people who do groups of like doing traveling in this kind of remote nomad style. And I don't know, I've never been really attracted to that. Maybe in the future I will, and maybe with these videos I'll find people who are kind of like minded. I just I don't know. I guess it's just who I am in a sense. I don't want to put something so concrete like that. That's who I am, but I've always been kind of reserved in loner kind of way. I was as open and bubbly as I am. So it's I'm still trying to figure that out. And my mom's always trying to be push me to be social, like put me to be more social because she knows how I am. Um, because she's tries to understand why I am the way that I am because she's so different. Um, but yeah, it's a learning curve, and I'm still trying to learn that. Um, but yeah, and also the fact of like living in a car is quite inconvenient. Um, and also something to mention as well. I've come to realize that I it's so uncomfortable, and this is also adding to the fact that I wanted to leave. Um, I probably would have withstand it, but because my birthday is like literally in the middle of summer, and I would say some of the hottest times, um, it's just so uncomfortable to be in a car like in very much heat. And as you can see, my car is like a dark blue, so it was just attracting the heat. I don't know, it was so hot, like going to sleep sweaty and shit, like I don't know, it's not for me, man. I need like the fan can only do so much, you know. So I mean, again, as I said before, if I had to pick, the winter for sure is what I'd rather have than the super heat. Give me the winter, bro. Give me the cold. Don't give me a sweaty ass morning where I'm waking up and I'm like gasping for air. Like I'm like fuck. That's just not for me. It's not for me, you know. So hopefully with, I mean, again, I don't have that car anymore. So hopefully with the next vehicle or van that I have, I will be building. I don't know. Maybe I'll keep the same kind of routine of like leaving on my birthday. Um, but we'll see. I mean, I really do hope that the next thing I have, the next rig that I have, um is more sustainable in that sense, because damn, I just do not, I'm a moody ass bitch when I'm in, like, it's hot. Like, I don't, I'm somebody else. I'm literally somebody else. Like, the devil comes out. Like, I kid you not. You do not want to be around me. And I understand. Like, if you don't want to be around me, cool. I have made it very clear that I am not myself in the heat. It is what it is. Um Maybe I can like withstand like going out, but I need to come back to like air conditioned area. Like, I don't know, that sounds so white and privileged of me. It's the life that I live, okay? Like, it is what it is. Let's go through another question. Let's see. Mm, yeah, I kind of already mentioned this already. How did my routine start to feel different compared to the beginning? Everything became annoying. Everything became annoying. And especially, you know what? Just thinking now, because like the um I just remember. I like working out with long pants. I wear tights to go work out, and going to the gym, already sweating, and then working out and sweating more, and then taking a shower so you're nice and clean, and your hair is like semi damp, because I do go to the sauna to dry it up. I'm gonna say I dried up about 80%. That 20% took so long to dry the second I leave, and I'm already hot again, and I'm sweaty again, bro. Just talking about it makes me so uncomfortable. Like, I'm getting uncomfortable, like thinking about it, like just clean and then sweaty again. And like, I still go to the gym, and it's still hot where I am, and I'm just suffering for probably like those 5-10 minutes from my house to the gym. But I come back to a nice, cool, ventilated area. When you go back and you're living in your car, you're going back to even hotter car, depending on the weather and depending where you parked it. So it's death upon death. It's like, I'm already so mad just thinking about it. I don't want this. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it anymore. Get me out of here. So that's kind of what I felt the second time around as well, and in the years following after that. I'm like, you know what? The heat is muy caliente. I don't like it. So I don't do that. I don't do that. So I've come to learn that is that's me. So yeah, everything else became super annoying. Keeping food was annoying too, because it was just really hot. So I'd have to be like literally be buying things for eating. Like, if it was vegetables, it couldn't last more than like 2-3 days. I was really pushing it, having mayonnaise in my cooler, and I don't have ice. I still don't do ice. I was like sniffing around. I was sniffing everything, like making sure like everything was just hot. Did I want to? And I remember on I don't know about the first trip, but the second trip, I gave up on making myself coffee. I was buying iced coffee every day. I didn't give a fuck. I was buying iced coffee every day at the gas station, and I was like, I don't care. I need that ice. I need a cold drink. And I also got into the routine, which I also did in the first, like, the all the times I went to a trip. Um, that at nighttime, because it was so hot, I would and I would get into the habit almost every night, kind of, yeah. Then I would get like a cup of those big gulps, and I would fill it with ice. And it would just cost $1 to fill it with ice, a big gulp. And I would buy a Fresca, the diet, like, lemony drink, which is really good for me. It's the only diet drink I can drink, because the other ones taste like caca. And they're usually 2 for 1. So I would buy that, and then I would go to my car, and I would drink one bottle for that night, because there was no sugar. So I don't really have my teeth brushed and shit. Probably not the best idea for my teeth, but it was calm me down. I was like, okay, this was bringing me life, and I would put the ice on my wrists, and I would like chill, some peppermint oil, and I would like, give me the fan. And like the bugs sometimes would get in, and I would like, no, and then I'll put incense to get the bugs out. It was such a big process. It was just so fucking annoying. Like, I think about it now, and I was like, damn, I should have left sooner. No. But we live and learn. We live and learn. Let's see here. What did I learn about myself through reaching this boundary instead of pushing past it? Um, well, I didn't realize it was a boundary until I pushed it. I didn't realize that that is my boundary. But yeah, 6 months be it, man. 6 months be it, and I learned the hard way. The second year, I made arrangements around my birthday to be with family and friends. I made the arrangement. Was it inconvenient? Yes. But the second time around, to be honest, it worked out perfectly. Again, I'm not gonna lie, I was pushing myself again. I pushed myself to do, like, I even paid I bought tickets to go see something on my birthday with the intent of, like, you know what, I'm gonna make it. I am gonna make it, and I'm gonna spend an awesome time by myself. I pushed myself again. Because I didn't want to spend money on a flight to go to Toronto. Um, and I was like, no, I'm gonna make it. And then 2 weeks before my birthday, my car broke down. Now, you guys are, I'm sure if you're watching this channel, you're wondering what happened to my car. This is where I finally mention it. This is where I finally mention it. My car broke down. The engine was busted. So the ways of the world, the ways of the world. And I think I pushed myself to keep, like, I pushed myself to not leave on my birthday because I was so close to finishing. I had 2 cities left. 2 cities left. So I would finish the west side, the west coast of Canada. But I think God said no. You're coming back. So I gotta go back. But yeah, unfortunately my car broke down 2 weeks before. So within those 2 weeks from my car breaking down and my birthday, it was me figuring out if I can buy a new engine, if it was a good plan. And then I realized it wasn't, because my car started breaking down and I couldn't drive it any longer. So I was making arrangements. Thank God I did it the way I did, because I literally, like, pushed it to the end. It was barely drivable by the time that I ended up selling it for scrap. I put money into it that same year, 2 months ago. Oh my god, it was problematic. But we'll get into that later on to this channel. For sure we're gonna get into it, because it was such a learning experience that I literally cannot fathom um how I did that. How I did that, and I did that alone. I did it alone. Oh, that was I don't wish that anybody. I don't wish that anybody. But that's why I'm trying to figure something out better for myself now. Which we have not gotten to yet. So we'll soon, when time comes, hopefully we'll have some new updates on that. But yeah, so the second year that I was traveling, I did try to push myself, but didn't end up happening. So I sold my car, book a flight to Toronto, and then the day that I arrived was my birthday, and my brother welcomed me in his home with his girlfriend, his lovely girlfriend Samantha, and my brother Lucas, or Lucas, and I had a very 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 special birthday. Samantha, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry, but I have to mention it, okay? I have to mention it. This girl, on the day of my birthday, on the day that I arrived, we were all, okay, so my friends were over at my brother's house, at their house. And we're all drinking and shit, and they have like it's like 3 floors, it's like a townhouse, I believe that's how you say it. And we're all up on the rooftop, on like the roof of the highest floor, whatever the fuck. And we're outside, we're smoking because it's the summertime. We're smoking, we're drinking, all cool shit, whatever. And then Samantha, my brother's girlfriend, says she's gonna go to the washroom because we're kind of separated. Like I was talking to my friends, and my brother was talking to his friends because he also invited his friends. It was just a group party. And long story short, this girl was so fucking hammered, bro. She fucking fell in her washroom and the counter, I believe. Was it the counter? Yo, she almost hit her head on the counter because I think she did like a turn to close the door. She was telling us a story. She fell she fell face first on the floor and she chipped her front tooth. So she was taken to the emergency room on the day of my birthday. Samantha's gonna be ingrained in my brain forever. Forever and ever. Amen. Oh my god. And like I remember my brother being called, and then my brother's friend came up because the bathroom's in the middle of the floor and we're at the top one, the third one. And my brother's friend was saying, Sophia, your brother says he needs you now. And I was like, so serious. And I was like, what the heck? And we're all having fun, whatever. And I was like, what the heck? And I go to his room because his room has the washroom, and she's in there, and there's blood. And I was like, I'm like, what? ¿Qué pasó? I was like, what happened? So it was, my brother was bawling. My brother's a sensitive being. I love him to death. He's a sensitive being too. Um, but it was just so much, like it was just so much blood, bro. And like I was like trying to clean her off as my brother was calling the ambulance. Um, she's okay. She's okay now. It was a chipped tooth, and like a broken lip, I believe. She got stitches. She ended up getting like a replacement on her tooth, like a whatever the heck, you know. So it doesn't look like it look right now. She looks completely fine, like nothing ever happened. But those days following up, bro, like she was busted. Samantha, if you're watching, I'm so sorry. I love her so much. She's so funny. She's great. But this was hilarious. Um, but yeah, that happened on my birthday. But yeah, I mean, I went too far. This has nothing to do with the 6 months. But I'm so happy that this happened because I got to spend it with family and friends. It is what it is. It is what happened. It is what happened. But yeah, she's completely okay now. Like nothing ever happened. Um, but it was a good time, you know. It was a good time. A couple of weeks with my brother and his girlfriend. They're so lovely. I still thank him till today of letting me stay there for a couple of weeks while I was getting myself figured out and stuff. But yeah, it was good. But even gave me more reason to like, yeah, I really have to. Like I felt so good being with friends and family on my birthday. It was it was amazing, honestly, and I really wanted, like I really solidified that I really need to be friends with family after 6 months. Like I need some human interaction. I need some connection, you know. So it was good. It was good. Good beans. Love it. I think also like in a chemical sense in your body is like where I was able like to fully relax and have like a solid place to be, you know. After so much of like looking over your shoulder and like wondering what you're gonna do that day and like you know what I mean? Like so many like small mundane things. I always say that like living your car, living this lifestyle, you're making so many small decisions every single day, and how this decision affects the other decision. Like it's just a chain of events. And like let's just compare water. If I have a thing of water, I have to think about how much can I drink, how long is it gonna last, when the next time I have to get water, does my cooking have to do with water, like does my cooking need require water, and like when you're at like a stable place, like as a majority of people in at least North America, water is just running. You know, you just turn it on and it runs. You don't have to think about how much you're using. Like it's just so like it's so convenient. You don't have to think about it. You know, just the small thing throughout your day. Having a toilet. A toilet. I don't have to think about that because I have one here. Like you know what I mean? Like I don't have to think about am I gonna be having to go to the washroom soon or like am I ready, can I go out in public like this the way that I am, like wait, especially when you're at nighttime and you're like chilling in your bed and you're like fucking gotta pee. I'm being real, I'm being honest, okay. But yeah, let's see if I have any other questions. Let's see. If I ignore this realization, what do I think would have happened to me mentally or emotionally? Oof. If I ignored myself, if I said to myself, you know what? No, I'm not going back. I'm not going back home. I'm pushing myself. I think it would have ended horribly. And I think bad things would have happened. For sure. Um I think when you're like uh in that area of like that negativity, that not feeling good, it I feel it kind of attracts more things to not go good, you know? The same thing with positive thinking. When you're maintaining a positive attitude, you're kind of, whatever comes to you, you're like looking at it in a positive light. When you're like maintaining that dark negative attitude, like whatever comes to you is negative. Like, you just focus on that negative. So I feel like that I would have had a really hard time continuing that facade that I was okay and would have just whatever. And I maybe would have left. I mean, I've heard so many good things about Saskatoon, about it being way better than Regina, and I was so excited. And they say it's so beautiful and like lovely place. Like, of course, whatever I think about living there, I don't know because there's a lot of snow. It's a lot higher up north. Not a lot, but like it is higher up north to get more snow. Um, but yeah, I don't think it would have been good. I don't think so. And I think making the decision to not overstep my boundary, to not pressure myself, I think it also like reinstates this sense of like freedom and independence that I have within myself. I have the choice. No one's forcing me to do this. No one's forcing me to go live this lifestyle. It is out of my own volition. It is all my own need and want. And this is the way that I decided to go about it. Of course, there are many ways that you can be traveling like this. Different types of ways. You can be doing Airbnbs. You can be doing like the cat and dog sitting, the pet sitting that I was discussing before. This is just the way that I chose to do it because I feel like this will work out best for me. Um, but yeah, it's just that freedom of choice. So it's good. I think it's good. I think I don't regret my decisions whatsoever. And things happen the way they thought they had to happen. Even though it may not look like that in the beginning or in the moment, but it sure does. Let's have I got another question here. See, I'm getting the end near the end of this, and I've been filming quite a lot today, and my voice is already kind of going away. I again, this is something else. Like, I never thought that I'd have to take into account of like how much I'm talking in these videos, and on the days that I'm like doing filming days, my voice starts to deteriorate. So that's I'm always drinking something, of course, but like I never thought that if I push myself to this extent, this is gonna happen. I think like the first time that I was doing a filming day for these videos, because I have a couple of them pre-recorded. I mean I think all of them pre-recorded. But a couple when I did my first like long filming day, on the end of the day, I lost my voice. I was like, yeah, I can't even talk. And I was like, I wasn't even yelling. Like, I wasn't even doing something super like, you watch these. I wasn't even like doing something crazy, but my voice was going away and I was sniffling and I don't know, I felt like caca after. So it's me realizing, okay, time to get to the end of this. It's always like trying to listen to your body. Your body is always trying to give you signs, even though like through every way possible. It's just trying to be like more attentive, more aware of where it's coming from, why it's coming from. Maybe like because I ate this and this is happening, or I was feeling this shirt and this is happening. It's always trying to like I don't know. I have good memory, so I mean, pretty good memory, and I'm always trying to like correlate habits and like I don't know the consequences or benefits that come out of it. Um, let me see. Let me see. Oh, there we go. Did I feel any guilt or resistance around admitting that I had a limit? Yes. As I said before, it was. I mean, I was so. I'm a quite structured person. I mean, I have a routine and I want to stick to it. So releasing that guilt for myself to do that was it was a tough one. especially on the second year that I did the trip and my car broke down. I was so like it was really sad, man. I was like again, this was a car that I've had for over 10 years, almost 12. I had that car since I was 16, I believe. Yeah. 16 or 17. And I'm 29, turning 30. Um and so it was a chapter like that car represented to me freedom and independence because once I got that car, I like started to flourish. I started to get lots of jobs. I was in university. I was super independent in that sense. I didn't have to ask my parents to drive me anywhere. Like it was great. Um and I'm very much like that. I'm very much like always looking to get more independence. I'm always putting myself in tough situations so I can learn quicker. I've come to realize that I do tend to do that. Whether it be bad or good, I don't know, but I think it's good. Um, where was I going with this? Where was I going with this? Fuck. Um, but yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for that, I probably would have kept going. To be honest, um, as I said before, I bought a ticket to go see something, and I ended up selling it. I had to sell it to somebody else, like, and I had to give one away because it was like a couple of tickets. I had a whole thing planned. I had days off, used vacation days. I had a whole thing, and it just didn't go at all the way I planned. And I was, I mean, I guess the whole car breaking down thing, and I think I blamed myself a lot for it. And to a certain extent, I do have some blame because of the way that maybe I could have treated my car better. Of course, I got the car when I was really young. In my sense, young. And the way I took care of the car is like the way I was taking care of it in the later years is not the way that I took care of it when I first had it. So I was like, fuck, what could have I done? What could have I done to make this better, make it last longer? Like, but in reality, I drove so many kilometers, like days on end on that car. It had lasted me 2 years out of this journey of mine in this trip. So it took me to so many places that I would have never experienced. This was really the car that really started it all in regards to my travels. So it was just kind of bittersweet, more bitter to see it go. But the fact that this ending was kind of a sign to me that I have a new beginning that I don't even know what the beginning is, but it's a new one. And I'm excited to start looking for a van or to start looking for something that will sustain me better in the long run in the future. Um but I still realize that 6 months is what it is. Like, I don't think a bigger vehicle or a bigger place will take that away from me. So at the end of the day, 6 months I think is the most that I can spend in solitude. After that, I need connection. I need human connection, and it was a hard thing to accept in the beginning because I always prided myself, and wrongfully so. I don't think anyone should be doing this to be like, I can be alone, you know, forever. Not forever, but for longer than anyone else I know. And that's not a good way of looking at life. So, but yeah. that's basically the answer to that question, to that notice. That notice. What the heck am I saying? But I hope you guys will learn something here. I mean, this can still apply to people who travel abroad, who, I mean, to anybody who does long amounts of solitude. You know, I think abroad is a little bit different because you are staying in one place and you could make longer lasting connections because you're staying in one place. But to anyone who is living like this, I highly like don't feel guilty on having that need. You know, we're humans, and at the end of the day, humans are made to connect. We're made to socialize. Um, we're all different levels of that, but I think it's nothing to be ashamed of, and I think we're just given to it, you know. Um, but yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna leave it off. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. Is there again? Everyone has opinion. This is mine. Let me know down in the comments if you can do the same. If you think it's too long, 6 months is too long, or 6 months is too short. Let me know in the comments if you feel the same or feel indifferent. If you like this video, make sure to give me a thumbs up. It helps me out. And go ahead and hit subscribe if you want to keep watching these videos, and hit the notification bell button to always be notified whenever I post these. I post a video every week. And I post a blog. I post my Sophie on the Road vlogs as well. I do a I post a vlog first, and then a couple of days after I post the podcast, so we can discuss in detail of how I went and how that trip went, and mention things that I haven't mentioned before. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Have yourself a beautiful, beautiful day, and make sure you get at the house. Make sure you get your butt out the house and do something, even if it's something that you never done before. You know, we only know it's a boundary until we test it. And then we know it's a boundary. So go ahead and test your boundaries. Have a good night. Have a good night. Have a good day. What is morning for you? I'm a night owl. Let me be. Have a good day.
On the road, Sophie, Sophie.